People do not live surrounded by loose data, but by stories. When we remember a fact, evaluate someone, or try to understand a complex situation, we do it almost always in the form of a story. We sort out what happened, fill in gaps, and seek a meaning that allows us to say, even if it is provisional, I have already understood. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and give like. In this video, we will explore how stories influence our perception and judgment based on the ideas of psychologist Daniel Kahneman. Join us on this journey through narrative and psychology. Daniel Kahneman, a psychologist and Nobel Prize laureate in economics, devoted much of his work to explaining the power of narrative impulse. One of his central theses is that the human mind values the inner coherence of an explanation rather than its fidelity to reality. This leads us to question what we consider a good story. Kahneman never wrote that the important thing for a good story is consistency, but his work reflects this idea. In Think Fast, Think Slowly, the author emphasizes that our intuitive thinking needs clear and simple accounts, even if that means ignoring relevant information. The phrase, "what matters for a good story is consistency," summarizes a fundamental observation. For the brain, a good story is not the most complete, but the one that fits well with itself. This generates a subjective sense of understanding that often satisfies us. The concept of visiati, which means what you see is all there is crucial to understanding this idea. Our intuitive system works only with the information it has without questioning what is missing. Thus, we build coherent stories based on limited data. System 1 of thought, which is fast and automatic, plays an important role in this dynamic. This system needs rapidity and cognitive economy, and therefore internal consistency acts as a mental shortcut. If everything fits, System 1 accepts history as valid. However, this criterion of consistency is not related to the truth. A story can be false and still seem coherent. Many erroneous explanations triumph because they remove ambiguities and offer simple and reassuring accounts. Accepting that a story is not complete can be uncomfortable. Inconsistency forces us to think more and to keep various possibilities open. A sense of understanding is often more important than real understanding, and this can lead to errors of judgment. Kahneman warns that feeling safe does not amount to being right. Narrative fluidity can create deceptive confidence. When we attribute clear causes to successes or failures, we often overlook invisible or random factors, simplifying reality. The book Think Fast, Think Slowly does not offer tools to think better, but reveals the reasons why we think wrong. Kahneman seeks to erode confidence in our intuition, showing that many firm judgments are based on automatic processes. Kahneman's work does not end with promises of personal improvement, but invites us to accept that, despite believing that we carefully reason, we depend on mental shortcuts that simplify reality. We must learn to suspect the stories we tell ourselves.